If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you press that virtual big red button somewhere on your screen so that you're subscribed. And you'll feel satisfied knowing that you won't have to press that button again for me. Anyways, enjoy the video. Ever since Infinite was supposedly defeated in the disappointing mediocrity known as Sonic Forces, Infinite has never appeared in another Sonic game since. Not even Sonic Forces Speed Battle. But instead we're planning on bringing him back for the next game. Let's discuss.
Impossible. I cannot be defeated.
Wrong, loser.
The things that can't be defeated are heart, soul, and the bonds of friendship. Three things you and your counterfeit cronies lack.
No, wait. I can still fight.
That has to be the most disappointing death of a villain ever. What even happened to him? He didn't explode or anything. There's no special effect. He just started to fade away and then just went to the sky, never to be seen again. Except in the form of a plush. I mean, I guess it looks fine. Infinite just had so much potential in Forces that was utterly just wasted at Sonic Team's lack of time and creativity. I'll cut Pontac and Graf some slack here since they just translated the Japanese script into English. You win this time, Pontac and Graf! Until next time! Infinite could have done so much more than what he did in Forces. I believe he had much more potential than Mephiles, another character whose potential was wasted, but not as much as Infinite's. Infinite, as we should know, was triggered by being called weak by the ultimate life form himself. You don't believe me, do you? Right, play the cutscene.
You destroyed my squad. I'll show you why they call me the ultimate mercenary. Take this! What?
Worthless. Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
I'm shaking. Me? Afraid? Pathetic? Me? He's calling me weak? No, I am not weak. I'm not weak. I am not weak.
I told you, didn't I? That is most definitely the stupidest backstory to a villain yet. He was annoyed because he got bullied by Shadow. Okay, bullied is an understatement actually. Absolutely owned by Shadow. And because of that, he wanted revenge on the entire world. Yep. That is Infinite's backstory. Was that really all they could come up with? I've got a much better idea, which I'm going to share right now. We will start off the same way with Shadow infiltrating Eggman's facility. Squad Jackal is a team of, well, jackals. But they are more than just ordinary jackals. They are Zero's / Infinite, before he was called Infinite, his closest friends. So basically they're still ordinary jackals. They don't have superpowers or anything. They're just friends of Zero, I guess. Zero has no one else. As we know, Shadow is busy taking down Squad Jackal, although you can barely tell that by playing Eggman's facility. Shadow just kind of slides down 2 water slides and that somehow manages to defeat a whole squad of Eggman's army. Yeah. Forces is stupid sometimes. Anyways, carrying on. Zero has no one but Squad Jackal, and Shadow has taken them all out. In anger, Zero tries to take Shadow out, but ultimately fails. Basically getting owned like he did in the original. Shadow has almost killed Zero by this point. Zero wants vengeance on Shadow to avenge his brethren, but knows he can't do it. As we saw at the end of Sonic Mania's secret final boss, Colossus suddenly got sucked into the portal, but so did the Phantom Ruby. What actually happened to the Ruby after that? Eggman said that he created the Phantom Ruby, not found it. Actually, but then in the IDW comics it shows that Eggman did find it. So, yeah. That makes sense, I guess. Well, I'm gonna change that. The Phantom Ruby falls through a portal that appears in Eggman's lair, and Eggman remembers what it is. Since I'm gonna say that Classic Sonic wasn't from another dimension, he was actually from the past. Stupid idiot Tails. Always making things inconsistent, aren't you? And, obviously, Eggman takes the Ruby. Like any villain would. Eggman knows that using the Ruby on a robot backfired, so what would happen if he used it on a living thing? He doesn't want to risk using it on himself as there could be fatal consequences. He needs to find someone who is loyal to him and is willing to use Ruby. And that person is Zero. Eggman tells Zero that he can make him have all the power he wants, so he can finally get revenge on Shadow. Zero is reluctant in agreeing as he is suspicious as to why Eggman will ever bother with him. Zero still gets his mask, and of course the Ruby. He then gets his name changed to Infinite. Ooh, scary. Ooh, not really. Infinite now has the power to finally get revenge on Shadow, but does not have the choice to. He is now under Eggman's control. Over time, the Ruby corrupts Infinite even more until he becomes his own villain and turns against Eggman. And that's pretty much my idea for Infinite's backstory. Let me know what you think. Anyways, the only team easily could have fleshed out Infinite so much more, even more with his powers. Infinite had the power to warp through time and space, as Sega and Sonic team did absolutely nothing with that. Probably due to time constraints, I'm guessing. It really bugs me when games are rushed because that means they'll lose their potential with the end result. Like many Sonic games in the past. Sonic 06, Sonic Boomerang's Lyric, Sonic Forces, all games which are rushed. Even Null Space could have been so much more, which we already know. Infinite could have used it to torture Shadow, making him relive his worst moments. For example, Maria's death. It could have broken Shadow mentally, putting him through all that. And it does have to stop with Shadow. Maybe it could have been used to break Sonic. Like Black Torture is supposed to do. Unlike how it was in the original Forces. Sonic just sitting there, watching dust gather, while Zavok just stands there, awkwardly watching him. It was Rusha when that told him because that Sonic was being tortured. Did she not see Sonic on the death ray to actually see if he was being tortured? She's a spy, right? Actually, wait a sec. Was she part of Eggman's army and a spy like that? If she wasn't, then why didn't she try to save Sonic from the Death Egg? I'm sure she could have easily distracted Zavok. And if she couldn't do that, she could have dealt with the wiring to take Sonic's cuffs off and the prison cells. So Sonic could beat the crap out of Zavok. Rouge really isn't that smart, is she? To be fair, I think the whole torture thing was just a translation error, so I got you now, Pondak and Graph. I'll tell you there'll be a next time. Let's get back on topic here and discuss what we're supposed to be discussing right now. Will Infinite return? I actually do think there is a chance of that. Sega haven't put Infinite in another game since Forces. They could have easily replaced Zavok with him in Team Sonic Racing, so that everyone stopped believing that Sega wanted Zavok to stay as a villain, even though they clearly do. Why would you just let him die? Sega won't even let other companies touch Infinite. No, not like that. I think they won't let him use him in their media. For example, the IDW comics. Now, think about it like this. Why would Sega not let anyone use Infinite for anything if they weren't going to do something big with him? Like use him in the next game. Doesn't make sense, right? That's how I see it. I actually wouldn't be against Infinite returning personally. It would allow Sega to do him justice, unlike the original Forces. It wouldn't even be that hard to make him return either. Just make him come back more powerful, but not on Eggman's side this time. He'll be his own leader, taking orders from no one. Similar to the Sonic Forces Overclocked mod. You could even get another Shadow-centered game like that too. There are so many possibilities, man. I just want them to do him right. And that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because that Sonic Mania Plus video did terrible. Ouch. How would you guys bring Infinite back, if at all? Let me know. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. And I hope to see you next time. Peace!